Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. One of the pieces of gear that I love to collect and review the most is a canister stove, and I have reviewed many over the years. I've also reviewed quite a few stoves from the company Redcamp, so it makes sense that today we're going to take a look at a new canister stove from Redcamp. Thanks for watching, guys. The stove we're going to look at will probably look fairly familiar to you, and the reason is that Redcamp, like a lot of Chinese companies, basically rip off a lot of other products and make a kind of a hodgepodge of those products and use the innovations that other companies have already put together to make their own stoves. Over the years I've gotten some heat for reviewing products like this. They are basically cheap Chinese knockoffs, and I understand that they are taking some information from certain companies and using it to make their own product. But here's the thing. People are buying these stoves. They want to know whether they work or not. They're really inexpensive. So if I'm going to review products on YouTube for the everyday person, I think I have to review these products as well. Like I said, they're cheap, so they're popular. So here is the stove. It comes in this little carrying case. We'll go ahead and take it out here. There it is. This carrying case is actually very nice. Unfortunately, the carrying case may be the best piece of this puzzle. Here is the stove. The case dimensions are 4.1 by 2.3. The stove, when it is open, which we will open up, this pops out. We'll just open this up, open this up, and open this one up. And the dimensions like this are 3.4 by 4.9. The weight is 3.88 ounces. Materials are aluminum and stainless steel. The legs are kind of similar to a Soto stove. They certainly are not as robust as a Soto stove, but I think they're kind of trying to go for that look. The burner is somewhat similar to the Soto stoves as well, but it has a little bit of difference in the slits on top. There's no integrated ignition. Cost is a very cheap $14.99. A couple of things before we take a look at the flame pattern. These legs are extremely thin. You can bend them very easily with your hands. One of the first times that I pulled it out and tried to just open one of these all the way, it actually bent and kept going, which isn't good. Construction otherwise is pretty straightforward, but definitely doesn't feel like the best quality in the world. Let's take a look at the flame pattern in the dark, and then we're going to do a little bullet test. Try to turn it down, see if we can simmer. And you can simmer a little bit. There seems to be a lot of popping though. It's kind of in and out. Doesn't have good fuel flow to me. That's pretty good. Let's try to blow on and see how it reacts. Well, that's not good. Turn up a little bit more. That's not good at all. I can't do that with an MSR pocket rocket. Let's turn it all the way up. All the way up. Let's see if we can blow it out. We sure can. Now, I don't care how hard I blow and how close I blow. Most stoves I cannot blow out. That's not good at all. Standard 2-cup bowl test. We've got our 2 cups of water at 68 degrees. Let's see how long it takes. Oops, I accidentally changed this to Celsius. Let's change that. There we go. Let's see how long it takes. All right, 4 minutes, 26 seconds to get 2 cups of water to a boil. Little bit longer than you would expect. I'm gonna go ahead and weigh the fuel, see how much it used, and I'll let y'all know. Now let's talk about this stove and what I think about it. This is one of the first stoves in a long time that really feels cheap in my hands. The actual pot stands are so flimsy that you can just barely move them and they will actually bend. In fact, trying to open up the stove once, it almost bent right in half. That's not good. When I open the legs, I feel like they could pretty much break at any time, and that does not instill confidence in long-term use. It also claims to be extremely wind resistant. Now you guys could see it. I could blow it out easily with a little bit of air from my mouth. That's not normal. That should not happen. So they may claim some element of wind resistance, but I did not find it. Now in general, I'm fairly generous with my reviews. I understand when you're dealing with an inexpensive product that you can't expect it to act a certain way. For the most part, I believe that if you treat your gear well, it will treat you well. Well, I'm not sure I can treat this stove with that kind of generosity. Its claims of wind resistance are dubious at best, and its overall build quality is poor. So yes, the stove works. It does boil water. It took longer to boil water than almost any other remote canister stove that I've tried out in a while, and it also used 13 grams of fuel, which is way more than normal. Usually I get somewhere between 8 to 10 grams for a 2-cup boil test. So do I recommend buying this stove? I do not. I don't think it's worth even the small amount of money that they're asking for it. We're gonna file this under the cheap file, and it's just something not worth spending your money on. There are just way too many other options out there of similar price or just a little bit more money that are way better products. So even if you're looking for a budget ultralight stove, I would steer clear of this one. Not sure if you guys are aware, but I have an entire playlist on stoves. Make sure you check that up in the cards and down in the description below. Do me a huge favor, guys, if you like the video, make sure you hit the thumbs up down below. It really helps spread things across YouTube. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscription button, and if you want to be absolutely sure you get my videos on your feed, just click that notification bell and you will be the first to know. I think it's super important to take an objective look at all these stoves and all these different products that we review, and this one simply does not live up to the mark. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Stay tuned for more videos soon.